It's about a week until the mycology meeting, and I think I'm going to try and stay put right here until then, and then after the mycology meeting I need to go further west to get to the Vietnamese town, and then I can head out west further to hitchhike out to Austin. So I guess that's the plan for now. So I never actually filmed a video about it, but this sleeping bag is actually useless now. So about a week ago I did laundry, probably not even a week ago, and I tried to wash my sleeping bag, but what happened is I washed it, and then when I went to dry it, all of the down inside, I guess, started clumping together and didn't dry out properly, even though I put it in for 2 cycles in the dryer. So now it's been a week. It smells funny, and I definitely cannot use it. So the last 2 nights I've just been sleeping raw. You know, I've been putting my coat on and putting something over my feet, which kind of works, but yeah, I need a new sleeping bag, and I need to figure out how the heck you're actually supposed to wash a sleeping bag. By the end of this week, temperatures are supposed to get down more into the 40s and upper 30s. So right now I'm just going to take some time and explore this little neighborhood, which I think I'm going to be staying in for a while, and see where I can actually sleep around here, see what kind of fast food places there are to hang out at, and make sure I know what I'm doing for the next week or 2. So yeah. Now this is the spot I was looking at on the map. Looks like it's being used as like a garbage dump or something. Oh, I see a bunch of mushrooms over there. Take a look at that. Yeah, you know, it's like nice and open and stuff. There's plenty of places where, I mean, I could set the tent right here for sure. There's so much stuff back here though. It makes me wonder. Take some pictures of this. Take that with me to the mycological meeting. Jesus. That pack can get pretty heavy. The other thing is, there's a truck parked right there, and I saw somebody get out of it earlier. I don't know. I don't know if that means anything. Is anybody over here? Anybody living back here? And that is a tent. Don't see anybody back here. Mattress, several carts. It looks like it might be an old campground. This is like a storage facility back there. Maybe somebody was living here and they got kicked out or something, or maybe they're still living here and they're just not here right now. I don't know. So much stuff back here. It's like people just come and dump shit here or what? There's some more mushrooms. Probably just dead versions of the stuff I saw earlier. How's it going? People living back here? There's people living back here? Alright, just talked to the guy in the truck there. His name is Mark, and he is homeless as well. He said he lives in these woods, and he said as long as I'm not doing some bullshit, as long as I'm not causing some bullshit, then I'm welcome to stay there. So that's good. He said this area floods though. So I'm gonna go back to my backpack. I'm gonna wrap it up in my tarp. Maybe bring it over more this way, so I feel like, you know, if I'm staying in their woods, I better try not to be a stranger or whatever. Especially if I'm going to be here multiple nights. So, should be an interesting time. Alright, left my bag over there. Am I being stupid to trust two homeless people who I've not even talked to really to not steal all my shit? Yes I am. But, you know, I don't know. If you don't give people the opportunity to be honest, you'll never know. You'll never know. They might surprise you. It's all water under there. This area is safe for now, but that area is totally flooded. Well, it's basically morning now. There's my tent, just getting fucking wet. The rain's not supposed to stop for another, like, at least 2 hours. So I think my best bet is to get this tarp set up a little better, and get my stuff under the tarp, and then get myself to some sort of fast food place, or there's like a Starbucks across the street. I'll probably go there. Okay, well, I got my shit under the tarp. I got the tarp kind of tied up to some trees and stuff. Should be sloping so that the rain doesn't pool on it. I think that's what got me last night, actually, was that I laid my tarp underneath my tent. Because the ground over here isn't actually flooded, so what it must have been is I just, you know, my tarp was dish-shaped and allowed the rain to pool. Now that all this stuff's under the tarp, it should be able to dry out. I don't think any of my important stuff got wet, but my tent is totally soaked through. I think my bag got a little bit soaked as well. I'll have to survey the damage later. But I think I'm just gonna try and bolt for the Starbucks. It should be open. It's like 7 o'clock. They open pretty early. Alright. I took shelter in the Starbucks for a few hours. Now it is now it's actually kind of sunny, which is annoying. I'm gonna go back and survey the damage And hopefully none of my stuff got stolen, which would be a real dick move if they decided to kick me while I'm down. I'm gonna assume not, though. I think they're nice people. It would be adding fuel to the fire. Well, my tent is completely soaked. Like, completely soaked. But other than that, I think my backpack and all the stuff that was in my tent mostly is fine. I mean, everything's dirty, and I mean, I guess I need to dig through my backpack still, but everything else is still mostly fine. Well, it's evening now, and I've reset up my camp. It's not supposed to rain tonight. I am gonna have to redo this again in the morning, I'm pretty sure, because this is not really sturdy either. I mean, this I didn't loop the I didn't thread the tarp through the cord, so it's all just, you know, if it does rain, or even if there's just, you know, strong gust of wind, it's probably all just gonna fall down. Well, I got my stuff under there anyway, so, you know, if it does sprinkle during the night, it's not gonna get wet. You know, I'm just kind of relying on my rain cover there. I bought this stool because that's kind of an underrated problem that I've been having, is finding a place to sit if I want to stay at the campsite, but I don't want to be in the tent. So another night here, and then I don't know, maybe a couple days here, just getting eaten alive. It doesn't matter how much bug spray I put on, the mosquitoes are really aggressive around here, biting me all over the place. So I bought this stool instead of buying a new sleeping bag. For some reason I can't remember the word sleeping bag ever. Sleeping bag is $40, I only have 30. So I figured, you know, I'm gonna have to make some money to get the sleeping bag anyway. I saw this stool was only $10, so I was like, I want that now, and so I got it. I'm gonna have to make, you know, the difference between making $10 and making $20 is like not that great. So you know, the closer to desperation I get, the more motivated I'll be to actually make something happen, theoretically. Alright, day 3 here in Houston. Got things kind of set up okay, but I'm gonna have to redo it for tonight because it's gonna rain again. It's kind of interesting having this much time in one place. Nobody's gonna come and kick me out, so I just have time to set up my camp however I want it, which I've never been able to do before. It's always like a one-night affair, or maybe 2. And to be honest with you, I'm thinking about, I mean, I still have to go try and busk, but I'm thinking about doing, just going to the Vietnamese part of town early, and then going back up to, it's like South Central Houston for the mushroom thing later. So I might try and do that like tomorrow or something. Today's Monday, and the mushroom thing is on Friday, so alright, here's my best effort. It's like Mark 3, I guess, of my tarp tent stuff. Only thing I'm really worried about with this one is, like right here, this is the structural member for the bottom of the tent. So if stuff did start to pool here, I'm worried that this little dip would make it sit. I don't think so though, because I think this still, you know, it still falls off pretty quickly over here and over here. So even if stuff did, and yeah, I don't think it'll be an issue, but that's always kind of famous last words. Trying to use this rope and tarp method more. It does work pretty well. I'm just not very good at it yet. Alright, I think 3 days in the same place is good enough. I'm gonna move back over towards the bus. And so in the morning, turns out this bus, it's like a park and ride, like comes from the outskirts into downtown, and it only runs in the morning and in the evening. The schedule looked a little confusing. I mean, what else is new? Bus schedules, always a little confusing. But if I'm correct about this, it only runs one way during the mornings, and it stops at like 7:15 a.m. and then it resumes again like 5 p.m. which is weird. But I'm just gonna trust that I've read the schedule correctly on that. I'm gonna get over closer to where the bus picks people up at, and try and camp there tonight. Tonight's gonna get cold. I have not done any busking. I have not gotten a new sleeping bag. My old sleeping bag smells like shit, but I might just have to use it tonight anyway. It's gonna get down to like 42 or something like that, which I have done before, but you need a sleeping bag for that, so I guess I'm just gonna use my dirty one. And as I was packing stuff up to leave, got into a conversation with Dave, who was one of the homeless people who was staying there. Dave's an old man. He was a veteran, and he was very, very nice. He offered to give me some food before I left. I don't know where he got the food, but I guess he has his hookups. And as I was doing that, I got a sneaky little clip of what his little campsite looked like. I don't think so.
I got a clean oyster. That's kind of what I thought was alcohol, and it wasn't. Well, it was alcohol, but it was more like everything and moonshine. It was a box of there's 2 candles out there. I gotta go.
So that was Dave, and he gave me a little bit of a sermon before letting me go. But on the way back to the spot I was going to go to, something else happened. Well, I was just walking over to this place where I'm going to stay tonight, and a lady pulled over and asked me if I needed a ride. I sort of declined, because I'm not going that far. And then she asked, I mean, are you homeless? And I said, well, yeah, I am homeless. She said, here, let me give you this. She gave me this whole big bag full of stuff. It's got cans of food in it. It's got tuna. It's got a blanket, which is actually awesome because it's gonna get cold tonight, like I was saying earlier. And then I was like, well, she offered to give me a ride again. I'm like, well, I'm not going that far, but yeah, I guess. So she gave me a ride up here. The bus that I'm gonna catch in the morning, I guess, is supposed to come. You can see that sign over there says Boot Barn. I guess it's coming to there, because the normal place where it would be coming is under construction right now. So theoretically, at least, that's where I'm going in the morning. I've got about like $8 left, I think, and the bus is $4.50, which is pretty expensive for a bus. But yeah, you know, that's just in the nick of time too. I'm really starting to get a little starting to get really low on money, and unfortunately that's where I'm gonna have to leave it for today. If you want to see what happens next, go ahead and check out the next video. Subscribe to see more, hit the bell for notifications, and check out the links in the description if you want to support me and what I do.